Okay, welcome to the second lesson, take 3, due to technical issues. So naming side chains, the other name for side chains is alkyl groups. The YL on the end gives you a clue for how you name them. If there is 1 carbon in the side group, it becomes methyl. If there's 2 carbons, ethyl, 3 propyl, and 4 butyl, so on and so forth. So if we look at these two examples that I have for you here, so when we number it, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, so it is going to be pentane. It's got 1 carbon in the side chain, so it's methyl, and it's on the 1, 2, 3, third carbon, so it's 3-methyl pentane. In the second example, it is still 5 carbons long, so it's still going to be pentane, but we can number it from either end. So the big thing with this is you want to give it the lowest number possible. So if you number it this way, it would be 4-methyl, but if you start numbering from this end, it would be 2-methyl, which is what we actually want because 2 is much lower than 4, funnily enough. So this would be the correct name for this one. Of course, because as you know, nothing's ever just that simple in chemistry. So what happens if you have more than one side chain? Then we add another prefix with di, tri, and tetra. But the main thing is to remember that you also need to number where they actually are, each side chain is. So if we look at this one, we can number it 1, 2, 3, or remembering from last time, we can go 1, 2, 3. So if you look at this, the second carbon where the side chains are is the second carbon, so that's not going to make any difference. So we'll name this as propane, because that's what the long chain is. And then we've got 2 single carbon side chains, so that will be methyl. They are on the we've got 2 of them, so we add the prefix di for 2 of them, 2 side chains, and then because they're both on the second carbon, we have 2, 2 dimethyl propane. The second example that I've got for you here, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look at it, we've got 1, 2 side chains, and the longest chain, like we just counted, is 4. So the long chain will be butane. We've got single carbon chains, so they will be methyl. We've got 2 of them, so we need to name it as di. And we also need to number where they are. So I've got 2, 3 dash. Now notice I'm using a comma between the numbers and dashes between numbers and words. You'll also notice that I could have actually come down like that for my long chain, but it still wouldn't have made any difference for my numbering of the carbons.